Well, hey guys, I'm just pouring over some of the reloading books and kind of wanted to share a couple thoughts I've been having here on some similarities between how this project has kind of started and progressed, and then thinking back to Project 270. And when we started Project 270, and I apologize if you're new to the channel, Project 270 was in the past when Hunt Simple originally was running 2017 into 2021. And we had a really in-depth, probably the best project I've ever done on the 270 Winchester. And we started that out like gangbusters with Reloader 26. And I was looking back at my notes just the other day, and we were getting over 3,000 feet per second at the muzzle with Reloader 26 and 150 grain bullets in the 270. And then, and I was like, wow, if you have a 270, don't buy a 7 mag. You have 7 mag capabilities here with this new Reloader 26 powder. Reloader 26 was fairly new to the consumer at that time. Well, like most things, if it seems too good to be true, at least in my case, it ended up that way because I learned that Reloader 26 comes with some trade-offs. One was I could never get accuracy, repeatability, I should say. We just couldn't get good groups with a variety of bullet weights. We were getting amazing velocities, but the grouping was not good. And we tried a lot of combinations. And then also we learned that it hits peak pressures really quickly with no warning signs. I went from a load that was showing almost no pressure, minimal pressure. I think I went less than half a grain and I blew a primer and had all kinds of primer cratering going on. So we learned in a hurry that it seemed like it was going to be lightning in a bottle, but it wasn't. And then I ended up just kind of realizing what the 270 was and what it wasn't. And I found loads that worked out great. And the rest is history. It became one of my favorite cartridges, hunted with it since 2020, multiple great hunting outcomes with it. But it performed like 270s do in the same wheelhouse that they've been in for literally decades. Well, here with 7mm08, kind of similar, right? We're nowhere near proving anything out yet, but Staball 6.5 looked like, oh my gosh, it looked like lightning in a bottle, right? We were getting incredible velocities. I had a couple with 160s that were pushing 2,800 really hard. And had one group that got me excited, right? And you guys saw that, like, oh wow, we can get sub MOA with this. But have not been able to duplicate that since, guys, with a variety of scenarios. So, just drawing no conclusions, but kind of reflecting that a relatively new powder, and it seemed like lightning in a bottle, but then when you start testing it and proving it out, it comes with some challenges. And the other thing I noticed, and I mentioned this in a video, or maybe it's I'm pretty sure I did, it's really dirty powder, really dirty. And I went on a Staball 6.5, and I went online and I researched that, and there are guys online where they're getting carbon rings from it in their chamber and all kinds of other challenges. And I've noticed after just a dozen shots, the bore is way dirtier than with any other powder. So, I'm not kiboshing it, but for the time being, we're going to move away from it. We're going to run some different powders. And if you look at the load data, and that's what I've got out here, right? No matter where you go, Staball 6.5 gives the most impressive velocities in the 7mm08 cartridge by far. Okay, there's really nothing even close to it. So there's a good chance that I'm not going to achieve some of my velocity goals. And I've just gone back and kind of looked at that. I think we're going to struggle on these goals. And just as a refresher, we had set, let me just dig that out real quick. We had set a goal for the 160s at 2,700. That's going to be tough. That I can just tell right now, that's going to be tough out of a 22-inch barrel, okay? We set a goal of 2,600 with 175s. Again, that's going to be tough. I'm going to try some 175 loads actually today that I think might get it close, but it's going to be tough. 140s, we were shooting for 2,900, and 150s, 2,800. Again, I think all of that's going to be tough with powders that are going to be ones that we like. And then with the 120s, we were shooting for 3,100 feet per second. So I don't know, guys, just a quick update on my thoughts, kind of where my headspace is. I've got new brass arriving on Monday. This is Thursday. I've got a ton of new bullets coming. Barnes, Nosler, I think some Sierras. I can't remember now. It was a big order of bullets. And those will show up the same as the brass. So I'm looking forward to all that. And I'm going to drop back for now to some loads with some very typically well-received powders in this cartridge. I'm going to forget about velocity for now, and I'm going to focus on some accuracy. I appreciate you guys and all your comments and thoughts.